Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to another edition of TC Edits a Photo. And I know this is going to be fun. I hope it will be as much fun for you all as it is for me. You are looking at an image I captured, a photo I took in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Well, it was actually, I think, north of Myrtle Beach. I think this was Cherry Beach, South Carolina. Cherry Beach, I think. But it had this, I knew there was a pier there, and I wanted to get a couple of photographs, and I did. I took, more than a couple. Me and my wife took a little drive up the coast a little bit and found where this place was at. And as you can tell, it's late in the day, and it was getting ready to, it looked like it was going to storm, but you can't see no major clouds here. But the weather was real windy. See the flag blowing there in the wind. But I wanted to capture some motion blur on the water. Excuse me. And that's what I did. I took a bunch of photos. I pulled this one. This was like, let me see, when did we go? 5-6 years ago, I think it was. Took a little vacation and went down. And I edited them in Lightroom Classic before I got Luminar, and this is Luminar AI, Artificial Intelligence Luminar. And I haven't edited a water landscape image like this in Luminar AI yet, and I thought it would be neat to go ahead and do a video, screen recording, and post it to my channel. Luminar AI, there's a link to it in the description under the video, and if you use that link, I'll make a penny or two. But you can, if I'm not mistaken, I have to double check, but I think you can trial it for a period before you buy it. But it's a one-time purchase. It's not a subscription based. I think it's like $70, $80 maybe. I haven't checked the prices lately, but I'll make sure that I do and leave a link in the underneath the description. But this video, with the photograph, what's so cool about AI, Luminar AI, you open a photo and it will recognize the scene. Over here on the right side, you can see where it says "for this photo," and it's making some suggestions for you with templates that they recommend that suits the photo. And they're saying this one here, you can see it says overcast, and if I click on the overcast, it's giving me some options to use there, dynamic result, and you can click on them, and it's also suggesting, it knows that water is there, so it's just suggesting this waterscape right here, and you can click on these and see what that does. And that's one click and you're done. Look at that. How about that? Nice short video, wasn't it? Okay, see you guys later. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. But you can see that these suggestions that they offer are really, I think it's a fantastic software program. Look at that one there. Cold Currents is the name of that one. You just click, and you don't have to use them. But if you see one that matches, I kind of like that one. And that one too. Deep Focus, that one's called. don't have to use them. You can reset everything back to the original photo like that, and you go back to your templates. And what else are they suggesting here? Objects. They're suggesting objects. You don't even have to use their suggestions up here. You can use anything. You can click and say, what the big city lights do. What does that do? What's Frosty do to the image? It makes it, does it make it look frosty or something? I'm not sure what it does. It enhanced it with just one click, and that's what's so neat about this software. It's just, you don't have to do anything. But a lot of people will say, well, yeah, but so that's what it's going to take over, and from now on, all you got to do is just one click, and you don't have to do anything. Does it make you kind of lazy? Well, if you want to say that, I guess, yeah, it would make me kind of lazy if that's all I wanted to do. But if it's all like I thought I needed to do, so what? I'd be lazy. You know, I'm not hurting anybody. It's the way I would want to do it. Now that you can get these real, these are bizarre looks when you use these templates, and some of them are good, and some of them, that one there's nothing wrong with that one. Big city lights from this collection here. And like I said, you don't have to use any of them. You can just, reset everything. These are just suggestions for you to use to help you get started. And I think it's really cool that they do that. There's some sunsets, templates, easy landscape, overcast. But these waterscapes, I'm not sure. If I see one here, I'll just go with it, and I can start, I can do my regular editing if I want to. If I want to start with these templates first, I can find one and just, that's kind of a neat looking one. What I like about this image to begin with, I'm liking that one there too, and I also like this one, soft. I like the green on these pier supports here, and it's kind of leading your eye down towards the end of the pier here, and you're kind of looking out this way. I try to compose my shots. I guess I'm a little bit selfish. I compose them in the camera when I'm looking the way I want to see it, the way I like the look, instead of how I think somebody else might want to see it. But that's, we all have our subjective ways of doing things, and when we do that, we hope that other people will agree and go, oh wow, man, that's beautiful, and give us a pat on the back or something. But we all like recognition. We all like to be, recognized for the work we do. And so this one, I'm not sure if I want to start there or just reset. Now, see, here's another slider down here at the bottom. It's you don't have to use the entire strength of the template. You back this off, see, and watch what happens. You can just back it off and use a little bit and make it a little bit less evident, the strength of that, and you can back it all the way off, and it's back to the original composition. Just reset everything. We'll go back to the edit tab. I was just showing you guys these the templates they have, all kinds of, and you can even you can use portrait template on anything. It's just whatever you want to do. You can play around with it. Nobody's gonna, the photo editing police aren't gonna come after you or anything like that. I mean, we're all friends here, so edit the way you want to edit it, the way you like it when you put the edits in. So we're just going to go to the edit tab up here, and here you have all of your panels and your adjustments. This is the Essentials tab, they call it. Here you have your Enhance sliders, accent AI, and the sky AI, and these are all just one. Watch what happens when I use the accent slider. What I like to do is I like to go all the way to the right and see how much of a fix it puts on it. And am I waiting for it to update, or did it not do anything? My accent don't look like my accent. Oh, I know why it's not doing, because I have my slider down here at the bottom not turned up. Look at that. I'll have to remember that. If you turn this slider down and when you're looking at the templates, it stays down when you open it up in your Ritter editing tool. No, I didn't realize that. So, okay. So, well, that's with the accent AI. There's another thing where you can say, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do no more to this photo. It looks perfect. It looks great with that. You know, you can do that. You can certainly do that. If you don't want to edit no more and you think it's good, fine. Personally, I guess I'm more of a hands-on. I like to, I'll use these tools, but here's the sky enhancer. And since this sky, there's really not much sky there. The sky enhancer, it is bringing some detail back right in there, and you can see some little cloud there, which helped out. But usually, though, I mean, here's the composition, and we'll sometimes I go with a 9:16 crop, or if I think the horizon needs a little bit straightening to it, we'll do a little straightening on the horizon if I think it needs it. But I like a 16:9. Oh, that must already be 16:9, so it don't need to be cropped. And I thought they had a automatic fixer for the horizon there if it was crooked, but this one must not be crooked. So I didn't need anything on there, and it has an erase feature here if you need to erase anything. There's nothing in this picture that needs that. So, and then here's your light tab where you get your temperature, your exposure, and your. For this image, does it need any exposure? Maybe a little. Bring it up a little bit, and then the smart contrast. I really like this slider. It really adds. And just the highlights need to be down a little bit. Maybe that would bring out some of the clouds better than the sky AI, sky enhanced, but I don't think it did. We'll bring them down a little bit. How about the shadows? We need to open up the shadows over in here. Maybe you can see where it's opening up. That might, yeah, I think I'll open up about like that. And we'll do the. Here's my before and on and off button. Oh, it's up here. There's the before and the after. So far with what I've done. I thought this had an on and off button on it. That just resets everything there. See, now I have to go back and do everything else again, which, big deal. I think I brought up the exposure a little. And a friend of mine says he likes to bring his temperature down a little bit for his landscapes, and he likes to bring his tint up, and I found that to be something I think enhances a little bit. I like to do that too a little bit. Now we'll bring the smart contrast back up some, and I think I brought the highlights down a little bit, and I opened up the shadows some over to the left of the photo. So that's looking pretty good. Again, we'll do the before and after. And I think light is good. Now the structure, AI again, if you look at the detail over in here, it's my daughter texting me. Over in here on the structure, we'll bring that up. If I can get my slider to go. There we go. And that's bringing out some detail. How much do I need? That? No, I don't want the HD. I don't want the high dynamic HDR look. Do I need to boost it a little bit? I don't know. We'll see. Well, that might be okay. Now, see, the structure does have an on and off button. You can see what that does. That really brought out, added a lot more contrast. I think it added a little bit too much. Just back it off a little. Yeah, that's better. Before and after. Okay. Yeah, I'll buy that. So we're good with structure. How about the color? I want a little bit more saturation over in here, and I'm adding, when I do these sliders here, it's affecting the saturation of everything in the photo. I could mask out these, mask out this area and just apply my saturation to these. But sometimes I like saturation on the whole image. So we'll go up a little bit with it, and I'll play with that with the hue and the saturation individually on them. Before the entire image, we'll give it some saturation and we'll give it some vibrance. I don't see no color cast going on there. And I'm not going to fool with black and white. Here's the detail enhancer. We'll bring out some small details over in here on the pier support pillars here. If you look, looking over in here, look what that did to that. Just switched it up, just brought it up to 8, and look at the detail. Watch over in here. I'll turn it off. There's the before and after. See, that just brightens up those little bitty, the structure in that, the pattern of those. Adds a little bit of a small detail enhancement there, and then we could bring the medium details up. Let's bring some large detail up too. Let's do a before and after. Before and after. Okay, I'm liking that. And the denoise, I'm not seeing a lot of noise in the image. Actually, I'm not seeing hardly any noise really. So we won't need no denoise. Or it was about sunset, which would be a golden hour, but there wasn't no sun. Let's just see what the golden hour does here as we bring it up. Look at that. It's bringing in some. There's the before and after. Yeah, that's bringing in some golden hour sun from somewhere. This is it's just really fun software when you can, a lot of times you can go overboard, but I love that golden hour. That really enhanced it to me, to my eyes. It's really bringing in some late day light into this part of the waves here. I think that looks really nice. There's the before and after. You can tell. And I think I like that. Okay. A vignette yet? No, I don't want no vignette. Not quite yet. And it's got a sky. See, here's the sky AI. Well, that's if I do a sky replacement. And I could do a sky replacement. It would probably be a real easy one to do with this image, and they give you all kinds of selection to choose from, and just for the fun of it, let's throw a blue sky 1 on there and see what happens. Oh, look at that! How about that? Isn't that neat? Do you like it? Nah. Well, let's turn it off. There it is without the sky. Bam. It does look kind of neat, but then see, you'd have to go in here and you'd have to start making color adjustments to to all that, and it's just something I'm not, good at right now. Maybe sometime in the future I'll do one where I can. But anyway, what other ones do? The dramatic skies. We'll try one of them. Maybe a dramatic sky will match. Nah, it kind of looks neat. Let's see that the sun's going in the wrong direction. You would want it over here because this is where the light is coming in from the right over here on the waves and in the water. This is coming from the wrong direction, so that looks kind of, you can tell that's kind of fake. But what about dramatic sunset 4? What's that one like? Bam, look at that. Not bad. Isn't that neat though? I think it is, but we're not going to use that. We're not going to do no sky or we're not going to replace the sky. And there's another augmented sky. And I haven't played around with this much. They've added a lot. There's some fireworks. How about some fireworks in there? What do you think? What fireworks would do? Oh, look, they're on the pier watching the fireworks. No, we're not going to do no fireworks. They have birds, birds. What's birds? Ooh, look at there. Now that could be realistic. That you know, you could possibly see that. Maybe a bunch of seagulls over the water there. That's more possible. That's more believable in my eye. What else do they have? Ooh, an aurora, cloud 7. There's an eagle, a giraffe. Ooh, lightning. What about a lightning strike? How about that? Ooh, it's hitting that person on the pier. Wow. You can make an adjustments however much you want to, you know, if it's too much, you can back it off and barely make it come through, and you know, you can relight the scene with this slider, which actually makes it a little bit more believable when you know, do that. All of these are it's more like a photography make-believe world you can create yourself with any image you have. Yeah, I'm not going to use any of that. Actually, now the atmosphere. Now I've seen a couple of people use the atmosphere AI, and it adds fog, or what else does it have? Layered fog, mist, and haze. So what does the fog do? Let's put the amount all the way up and see if we can tell where some fog is in here. So right now, there we go. Look at that. Added a lot. Let's back it off. Now I could possibly see some fog in, you know, in a scene like this. You can make it be believable to see fog. And the depth, you can bring the depth. See, it's bringing the fog closer to the foreground, up in this part of the image in the foreground. It was back in the background part of the image, and you create depth by using this slider, which is cool. Make it darker. That's really neat how it does that. How it can make it look like it's actually put it in there, and you really believe that it was there when you took the photo. Cool stuff. Oh, let's do mist. What's mist? Let's see what mist does. Turn mist all the way up and increase the depth. Isn't that neat? Well, I think that mist is it's applying it in between and back in here, but not here. Now, how's it? AI is figuring out somehow or another where the mist should be and shouldn't be in reality. And that's why they call it AI, artificial intelligence. in reality, it is artificial intelligence saying, okay, I'm only going to put some of the mist, I'm going to put mist in between these pillars and really make it look cool. That is just so cool. That's ready, as they say down where I'm from, down in Kentucky, South Central Kentucky. When something's cool and it's neat, man, that's ready. That's all good and neat. Don't know if we'll use any atmosphere AI. We'll turn it off. And I like the way the image is looking without it. You know, if I was to use anything, it might be the sky replacement. And the dramatic slider. See, I've not played around with any of this. What's the dramatic slider do? Oh, it adds more contrast and more HDD, more high dynamic range. I'm not too. And we got a mood. We have to choose a lookup table here, and that's something else to get into in another photo. Toning. See, I haven't played with this one. What's toning do? That adds more contrast too, I guess. We won't play with that. I don't need no matte. What's mystical? What's mystical? Does that add like a blur? I think it does. It's adding like let's go all the way up. Yeah, ooh, that's like the Orton effect, I think, or something. I think's the name of this. The way it does that gives everything like a soft glow. I kind of like that. There's before and after. It's a bit much. Just back it off to maybe 45 and see what that. It's before. After. Before. And after. I just gotta wait for that thing to catch up. There's off. Before. And after. Is that too much? I don't know. To my eye, it's maybe a little. Let's give it a 35. I don't know what it does to the shadows or the smoothness. Make it more smooth, less smooth. There's the before. There's the after. I kind of like that. We'll leave it at that then. If I like it, we'll leave it there. Here we go. Here's this glow. See, and there's the Orton effect. That's what I was talking about with the mystical. It kind of gave it that look. Maybe I'll reset the mystical and go with the glow. And we'll try the Orton effect. And the amount, we'll blast it up all the way and then back it down. And we have some advanced settings in here. And I can mask out that's what that little button there. You can apply a mask if you don't want it in a particular area. But I've always liked the Orton effect, but for some reason here, if I do use this, I'm going to have to back off the exposure a little bit. There's before and after. See, that just brightens up the image too much. That's not too bad. And you have some professional tab down here. Optics, I think it's already played. It's already applied. Oh, I don't need no defringe or nothing. Super contrast. Highlights contrast. Oh, that's nice. Midtones contrast. That looks some shadows. That looks nice too. Just play around with it too, whatever you think you like. Whatever looks good to your eye. Color harmony it's like a, I don't know. Look at that, man. That made them green piers pop, didn't it? The brilliance made that pop right up there, out here. It's on 9. It's before, after. I kind of like that. I think I'll leave it like that. And then the color contrast, split color warmth. YouTuber friend of mine says that split color warmth, or was it the color balance? I think it was this color harmony. All of these sliders here. I haven't seen a hue saturation HSL panel for color. Unless it's in another. It's not in this tab. Oh yeah, there it is, hue saturation. If I wanted to bring up the green there more, saturate a little more saturation on the green, yeah, changes it really a bunch. I don't know, it looked okay with the other color tool I was using down here in the professional tab, color harmony. There was colors for the midtones and the highlights and the shadows. And I don't know where that is, because the color harmony, oh, here we go, here it is. It's on this drop down. That's what it is, the shadows right there. Okay, I'm only working in the shadow area here. And the shadows, you know, I like to bring them into the blue. Well, that's bringing blue into the whole image. That looks okay. And then we'll the midtones. We're not going to mess with the midtones. We'll just go with the highlights. And the highlights will bring up to this area here. But we should decrease the strength of that, and I'm not sure how to do that. That might be a bit much. Maybe I went too far on the sound to the right over here with that. Oh, here's the yellows and blues. Maybe that's what I need to do over there. Since we'll reset all of them. Go back to the shadows, and I want my shadows to be over here in the blue area. So we'll add some blue to the shadows. Excuse me again. And then we'll go to the highlights and go the opposite way with the highlights. We'll add some some yellow, like in there. How's that? Just add to taste. Let's look at it before and after. Before, after. How about that? I like it. You guys like it? I think you like it too. If you don't like it, let me know why. Let me know. Say, hey, you did this, you did that. I don't like that. There's a lot of stuff you can play around with in here, and just, you can actually go crazy. Maybe I need to back off that brilliance. Maybe that's what's causing it to pop more than I like. Maybe it's I still think it's it's my light. Let's bring that exposure down just a little bit. Yeah, I think that's what it needed. It was just a little too bright. And if I wanted to play around with it more, I might replace the sky or try to come in here with some color and make the add a little more aqua to my water here with a brush or a mask in aqua, more aqua in the water. But I think I'm liking how that looks right there. So I think this is going to about wrap it up, folks. Thanks for sticking in with me on this one. And we're going to take a look at the complete before where I started, and voila, that's where it is now. Again, this is Luminar AI. Look in the description below for a link, and please consider using the link to purchase it. It'd help me out a little bit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you everyone who watches my videos. Really appreciate it. Can't say that enough. We'll talk to you guys soon. Peace, everyone. Be well. Stay safe.